we're getting down to the nitty gritty over here. Serious face. So there's been a ton of speculation on Rose Davis. If you don't know who that is, it's Gabby Petito's best friend. And people are starting to think that she has some type of involvement in this case. And I didn't believe it at first. And then when I started to do my own digging, I was like, something's definitely fishy here. So there's a psychological dynamic happening when we're speaking. We believe that we are controlling our own words, carefully choosing our own words, like for instance, nouns and verbs. But in conversation and when we're talking, majority of the words that we're speaking are filler words. The ones that like come out involuntarily. Those words are like on, the, to. So those are words that we really aren't thinking of. And the same thing goes for when you're talking in a certain tense, whether it's past tense, present tense, future tense. You aren't thinking of what you're choosing because it comes naturally. And in Rose's case, she's speaking in a very spontaneous, natural way. And you can tell there is not much planning at all when it comes to the answers that she's giving in this interview. From my point of view, her answers are not planned. And analysts can take full advantage of these interviews if she happens to have any involvement. There's some stuff that I want you to keep in mind when you're watching this. One of the first things I want you to remember is to observe the speed that she's speaking in. She starts out pretty peppy. And if you think she was involved in something like this, then you would think her answers would be planned out, right? And in this interview, even though something bad happened to her friend, she's like very cheerful and peppy and happy, and it's kind of weird. But if you go back to Brian's behavior in the body cam footage, he did the same thing. Do you remember how he was like, he had this peppiness to him? He was all happy and joking around with the cops, and people were like, why? Like, she's so hysterically crying. Why is he happy? And I think the common theme between the two, Rose and Brian, is that they both just got away with something. And that's why her answers aren't planned out, because she has an alibi for where she was. She hasn't been, I don't think she was attacked on social media yet by this point at all. So she feels safe right now. They're interviewing her as the best friend. She's getting media attention. She's getting social media followers. She's getting sympathy and attention. She's getting everything she's probably wanted. But I think she knew something. Stay tuned. Part 2 is coming up.